Hello and welcome to another draft video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Amonkhet Remastered, which was released onto Arena maybe a week ago or something. Uh, Pretty exciting. They kind of mashed Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation into the same set. And there's also some cards that weren't in Amonkhet originally that have been released onto Arena, but I'm not sure if they're also in the packs for drafting purposes. So that'll be interesting to find out, to see if you can get like a collecting company or a Sphinx's Revelation in draft. So we're gonna jump into this premiere draft and see how we do. Now I remember original Amonkhet being fairly aggressive with all the exert cards. There were a lot of cards that you could just really put your opponent under a clock with. Um, Tempo was also pretty sweet. We'll take a look at what we got here. Okay. So we've got removal with open fire. We've got a big wrath with Hour of Revelation. Uh, Sand Strangler is pretty dang good. It's sort of like a Flame Tongue Kavu. That's probably what I'm going to be taking. And a bunch of other cards. It's been a while since I've looked at any kind of Amonkhet, like limited stuff, so forgive me if I'm not exactly playing optimally, but yeah, I like a Sand Strangler. Oh yeah, rest in peace. Okay, so we do have those types of cards in here. That's interesting. Ooh, Even Wind Guy is quite a powerful card, but because I have the Sand Strangler, I'm not exactly interested in swapping just yet. Burning Fist Minotaur is one of the cards I was talking about, where it just puts your opponent under a clock. Like 2/1 first strike for 2 is already pretty decent, but it's got amazing threat of activation, being able to discard a card to give it +2 power. Like it's gonna win any combat you're looking at. All right. So we've got uh, an awkward removal spell in Puncturing Blow. Also got Bone Picker, and I've been loving this card in Double Masters. It's a little less good here. Consigned to Oblivion is that's a lot of value for one card. Do I want to go into black for Bone Picker, or do I want to just continue with the Puncturing Blow? Or Desert Ceradon, that's also a fine card. I think we're gonna stick with red until we see something else. Okay, now here is where things get unfortunate, because the two red cards we have are Tormenting Voice, which I don't want to be playing, uh, and Brute Strength, which it's an okay trick, I guess, but I'm not like super into picking that very early. Uh, so where do we want to go then? Naga Vitalist for like a red-green big deck. I think I'm just gonna take Fanbearer. Tappers are amazing, and red white might be very good. Okay, Inoketra's name, interesting one. But there's also Cartouche's Zeal, and I think I'm just gonna take this. It's it's a nice like addition onto a creature to give it +1/+1. Hey, target creature can't block this turn. Uh, and we pick up any of the whatever those other things are. Uh, that balance cartouches that could be very powerful. Really? The trials. That's it. Yes. So there's Magmaroth, which is good stats, but you really need to be casting non-creature spells to keep up with it, which I don't really have. Sacred Cat, which is a decent little creature. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll take the Sacred Cat. That's fine. Ooh, okay. So, Jeru's Resolve is a pretty sick trick. Uh, and also helps you reset your exert creatures. But Blur of Blades, that's a very solid trick. And even if it doesn't work out for you, it's still that's a -1/-1 counter permanently for whatever you throw it onto. So that's pretty sweet. Ooh, level Wander in Death. We don't have that. So are we taking a a 2/4 for 3 in our aggressive deck, or are we taking a brute strength here? Ugh, I don't really want either of these. I think I might just hedge on another color. Like a Labyrinth Guardian or something. Yeah. Uh, Pathmaker Initiate is a fine 2-drop. Same with Binding Mummy. Yeah, I like a Binding Mummy. Impeccable Timing is a bit awkward. It's no Gideon's Reproach, that's for dang sure. Mighty Leap can really get stuff in there. There's the Jeru's Resolve we were talking about, Brute Strength, Slitherblade. Maybe I should just abandon this and go into the Slitherblade deck. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Okay. I'm glad I'm in white, because we do have an Aketra the True. And, yeah, gods are very powerful and limited, that's for dang sure. Uh, yeah, I don't really think I have to say much more about that. If that wasn't in the pack, I'd be snapping up Sunscourge Champion. This is also an amazing card. Yeah, I think we can safely hide the blue and proceed on our red-white dreams. Do need to pick up some deserts here for Sand Strangler. Like, it does have an activation cost, or a trigger cost, if you will. Oh, I forget what the red-white signpost uncommons are for those sets. I wonder if they're even still in the set. Well, speaking of signpost uncommons, there's the black-green one. So there's unconventional tactics, which is a very unconventional card. I've got a couple zombies, but I'm not that interested in that. Another Binding Mummy, there's an Anointer Priest. But I think I might just go with the Kenra Scrapper here. That's a scrappy little card. Get in there. Ooh. Alright, we got an Open Fire, which is a perfectly fine card. Also Desert of the Fervent, which definitely gotta be on the lookout for those. Bontu's Last Reckoning, nice. Alketra's Monument, though, is exactly where we want to be. Alketra's Avenger is a good card, as well as Thresher Lizard. But yeah, Alketra's Monument plus Alketra herself, that's gas right there. Okay, so we found a Trial of Solidarity. This can really punish your opponents. It's an uncommon. I think we might just take that. Like, again, Thresher Lizard is a good card. Zealot of the God Pharaoh is also a good card. But that's just too sweet. And there is a Cartouche of Solidarity, uh, as well as a Cartouche of Zeal, and a 2-drop, and Onward to Victory. Target creature gets +X/+O until end of turn where X is power, and target creature gains double strike until end of turn. That's pretty sweet, but I think we're going with the Cartouche here. Alright, we really gotta start picking up some actual creatures. Dauntless Haven, that's a good card. Not in for Hazard's Monument. Fanbear is also good. Catcher's Avenger is also good. Let's hide his brute strength for now, and I like a Dauntless Haven. Wow, that's a lot of cards that we might want. There's another Onward to Victory, but there's another Open Fire that I'm taking. Forsake the Worldly is also a fine card to bring out of the sideboard. Oh, yeah, okay. Firebrand Archer is a fine 2-drop for us. Just gonna take another Mummy. I think I'm a little bit more likely to play Pursue Glory. Wow, the Aketra's Avenger came back. That's a very good sign. I think we've got a fairly onward to victory. We're definitely in the right colors. I think we've got a pretty solid deck here, even without the third pack. So from here, it's just upside. Okay, so we've got Magma Spray as a nice small ball removal spell. Desert's Hold, though, is what we're taking. It's a rest, and you gain 3 life if you have a desert. So that's just more removal. We do really need to pick up some deserts, though. Another Ketra's Avenger is fantastic. Ooh, there's some deserts, so we're likely just taking one of those over like a fan bearer, I suppose. That's good. Leave to chance. Return any number of target permanents you own to your hand, and then discard any number of cards, draw that many cards. Yeah, that's not exactly what we're looking for here. Lots of blue cards, but there's also a red desert, so we've got two deserts now. Another fan bearer. Probably not playing Mighty Leap. Probably not playing the Jeru's Resolve. Probably not playing the Pursuit of Glory. Likely going to be a 16 lander, so I'd have to make one more cut, and depending on what else we even get. Why did they change? Did they change how the like ×2 numbers are displayed? They're way more difficult to see now. I could have sworn they looked different before. Regardless, I'm gonna take an Inno Catcher's name. I don't need that many fan bearers. And this is another, kind of go wide payoff card to go with our Trial of Solidarity. I'm probably not playing both, but it's still worth diversifying in case I change my mind. Nimble Blade Catcher might not get there either. All right. Bloodlust Insider is, I remember it being better than it looks, or just 1/1s, but giving haste to your other stuff is very powerful. Sunscourge Champion, though, is a solid card on its face, and then if you eternalize it, that's bonkers. Okay, so Nefkrop Entangler, Thresher Lizard, Zelda the God Pharaoh, even of Enduring Hope. Oh, this is tough. Let's go with the small ball guy. We want to be very aggressive here. Take a camel. Can't go wrong with a camel. Disposal Mummy. I'm not playing that. I'm just gonna take a Renewed Faith because I like the card. Fanbearer came back. I'm taking the Firebrand Archer because it has 2 power. Countervailing Winds because it's an amazing card that I played a ton back when it was in Standard. Various cycling control decks. That's really the card that pushed cycling over the edge for me. Like, I tried making a blue-black cycling deck that just didn't really do much of anything. But once they released countervailing winds, like the deck came together because it needed a critical mass of cycling cards for like Drakehaven, but it also needed to actually be able to interact with the opponent because it was a control deck. Countervailing winds made that happen. Okay, so these numbers are so difficult to see. All right, let's see what we want to take out here. I think one of the Sacred Cats for sure. It's maybe even both. I think Solitary Camels are worst 3-drop. 1, 2, 3. Only have 3-3-drops now, but I think that's fine. Nimbleblade Kenra is probably our worst 2-drop. Let's shave a plains, and okay. Now we got to cut 2 cards. I like both our cartouches. For 2-drops, I don't have that many zombies for Binding Mummy. So maybe I can afford to shave one of those. I feel like I should maybe shave a non-creature spell. I think I'll shave the Onward to Victory. And what else? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 good removal spells. Ketra's Monument to make more creatures. Trial of Solidarity with a couple cartouches. We got the Blur of Blades and the Inoketra's Name. I think I'll take out the Inoketra's Name. And let's see. Do I want to throw like the camel back in instead of one of these Binding Mummies or something? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 2-drops, though a couple of them are fairly mediocre. Yeah, I think I should have taken the Thresher Lizard over the Nefcrop and Tangler, for instance, but I did not. Now this is probably fine. I think I can just play this and be happy. Got a lot of removal spells, a couple tappers, a god. Yeah, I don't see how this will end up badly. Okay. All right, this looks fine. Got a mildly aggressive start. And should we draw, another land? With that opening hand, like another land unlocks like open fire, but another land would be excellent for a Ketra's Monument. Alright, well. I guess I still have a 2-drop to play. It's not played anything yet. That's good for me trying to beat them down. This new Amonkhet background, I don't like it that much. It's a bit too distracting for my taste. And that's, yeah. Good brawler. Good card. Trade my 2 for 3. Love it. Now we've got cheap Aketra's Avenger to come out. My opponent's on 3 colors, which I just noticed. Neheb. More like, nah, not gonna be on the battlefield any longer. So now that I've got both my tap lands in play, any land now unlocks Achilles Avenger and Sand Strangler. Alternatively, I just play Sand Strangler. Yeah. Let's nuke this Bone Picker. I would love to have it deal 3 damage to target creature. My opponent's in a lot of trouble right now. I should try to think about what kind of wraths there are in this set. I know Hour of Devastation, the red hour, 5 damage to all creatures. I do have to be careful of that. I forget if there's any like small, like -2/-2 wraths out of black. Okay, well, looks like I won't have to find out. So that went pretty smoothly. That's plays into my philosophy of always have stuff to be doing early on. Like if your deck doesn't have 2-drops, you just get run over there. Like if my opponent had, well, I did have the Burning Fist Minotaur as my 2-drop, so that's like really difficult to interact with, to be fair. But if it was any other sort of just dorky 2-drop, like the fact that it had first strike didn't really matter that game because I removed most of my opponent's creatures. The only time they blocked was on my other 2-drop, so it didn't really matter that it was that had first strike. All that matters was I had something to play. Like if my opponent just played a grizzly bear, like a binding mummy or something like that. Suddenly they would have had what, 6 more life that game to try and get back into it. Blue-green from my opponent, so they're looking like some sort of rampy deck, I believe was the archetype. I know one of the signpost uncommons was Weaver of Currents, which was basically just a colored Palladium mirror. Love that card. Because Amonkhet was in the same standard as the good old Eldrazi. So it was pretty sweet to play Weaver of Currents into like Reality Smashers and stuff like that. And it was also in standard with Kiora that could untap a land and a creature. So you could do busted things like on turn 4, tap the creature, 2 lands for Kiora, untap that land and the creature. So, and like play a land, play like a Baral's Expertise to bounce your opponent's board, and then play a Reality Smash or a Thought-Knot Seer off of that. Just insane turns were possible. My opponent's Pouncing Cheetah has taken to the skies and gotten slightly bigger. Thank goodness open fire exists. Let's beat him. And ooh, Censor is in this set. That was almost embarrassing. Hoopu. Hoopu. Oh my god. Hoopy's the best. I love that card. Alright, let's throw down our mummy. Tap down the Hoopy. Play land, so we're leaving up open fire. I don't see the need to play this Cartouche of Zeal on my Binding Mummy for that extra 3 damage now when I could play it next turn if I draw, you know, a different creature that I want to give haste. And the Hoopy can't block this turn anyways because it was tapped. So I've got open fire up as well as a desert up. My opponent can activate the Hoopy. I know it's Hoopo, but I like to say Hoopy. Okay, Steward of Solidarity. That's quite a good card as well. Just get to make a bunch of Solderinos. Oh, and they have a Nisa. Cool. Okay, they like their top card. Alright, let's roast their Steward. Draw Firebrand Archer, excellent. You can't block. I'll attack your face. Good night. Again. Play creatures to block early, or else you just get run over. So, yeah, my opponent having Nisa. Steward of Elements. That's one of my favorite planeswalkers. It's so cool. I also played a big role in that blue-green Eldrazi deck that I was mentioning. Because it was very easy to, you know, have a big Weaver of Currents into a big Ultimate, into a ton of damage out of nowhere. Or just playing it and throwing down Thought-Knot Seers and Reality Smash from the top of the deck. Good times. This is a good hand, good curve. What was on the play, which is slightly annoying. Horror of Broken Lands, that's an excellent card. Okay, which of my 2-drops do I want to play here? It's gotta be the Avenger. That's just gonna do the most damage. See that one? That guy can't even block. Let's drop down Sunscourge Champion, make the best use out of my mana. Okay, opponent does have green mana. See what they do with it. Just a Hooded Brawler, okay. Just gonna swing out. Yeah, opponent's gonna take it. Let's throw down more guys. Now, our board is huge and their board is small. Ronus's Monument. That's a good one. So my opponent might feel like they want to just get in here real hard. Wrong Bone Slasher, like, can't. +2/+2 and trample. Alright. Wants to attack me for 10 here? And that's exerted? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Alright, let's throw down an Oketra. Swing with 3 creatures. I don't want to swing with everything. Because if I swing with everything, well, I suppose... Yeah. Okay, my opponent blocks, so that's a moot point. Because I need a Ketra. Like, I kind of want a Ketra to be able to block. So I need, 3 other creatures alive. So if my opponent did have a removal spell for, Sunscourge Champion or something, then that would have been disastrous. Okay. We're just bashing with a big bat. Alright. So best draw for me would be like a desert here, so I could play Sand Strangler and nail that thing. That didn't happen. But I do have this open fire. 2 open fire on my opponent. Unfortunately, I can't open fire and make a token here, so I gotta be a bit careful as to what I'm doing. I'll swing with the Ketra the True. They're 100% blocking with the Feral Prowler. They can draw a card. Now the Hooded Brawler is able to go for it. Bone Picker. Alright. Nope. Don't want any of that. Binding Mummy, alright. Now, unfortunately, any creature allows their Bone Picker to just end me, so let's see here. How do I make them block with all their creatures? So if I attack with just a Ketra, and another thing, if I attack with everything, they block a Ketra. If I exert this, that's enough, so they would also have to block that. Firebrand Archer doesn't have reach despite being an archer. Darn. Yeah, so yeah, I think I just have to attack with everything. Did not give me the option to exert? What the hell? That's weird. So if you attack with everything, it doesn't give you the option to exert? That's some horse shit. What the hell? Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Okay, my opponent's cycling. Opponent, yeah, just playing a Chevette Modder, and then they kill me. That's really, really annoying. Whatever. Okay, well, now I know, I guess. Yeah, looks good. Soul Scar Mage, eh? And Slitherblade, alright, that's what my opponent's game plan is, alright. I'll just pass and leave up some open fires just in case my opponent Tries to do some enchantment malarkey. Attacking with everything, okay. Oh, attacking doesn't block, okay. It's not when it does damage. It's my bad. Nah, get out of here, Skullscar Mage. Read my opponent's card draw engine. Play my beater, and now we can get in ourselves. Cyclerino. Ah, excellent. So if you want to exert, you can't hit all attack. Even if it's the only creature. You have to click on the creature and manually exert it. That's so strange. Opponent plays another Slitherblade. They've definitely gone in on that archetype. Vizier of Many Faces as well. They've really gone in on it. Now they just want a Burning Fist Minotaur. Alright, well, let's nuke this stupid Minotaur. Start bashing ourselves. Kedra's Monument. Let's exert our Avenger here. Ensure that it will be able to attack in the future. My opponent might have been thinking, by leaving their Slitherblade back, that they would want to double block my Sand Strangler. But they are thinking about it now. Nope, they are just fine with going to 7. They were 100% on the Racerinos. Fancy embalm animation. Oh, we got a Scrapper here. Let's attack. Opponent's 100% yet trading there. That's fine by me. I'll play my Scrapper, who has Menace, and get a token. My creatures are tapping, and my opponent has had enough. Lovely. Alright, so we won the race. Re-1 so far. Feeling it sitting pretty right now. The Red Duke, not... I was like, oh, the Reed Duke? That'd be sick. But no. Unless this is Reed Duke's alt account or screen name. Alright, let's toss down an Entangler here. As that can attack through a Sacred Cat via Excerpts. But not playing anything. Get to play an Archer here. So now we really want to draw land. Even a desert will be fine. Yes, that doesn't allow us to play anything next turn, but that does turn on the Sand Strangler, and I can always just activate Fanbear, tap down something, attack with the Archer. Rose is a Stalwart. Very solid card. Ooh, Cartouche of Solidarity as well. Now it's got First Strike. Yeah, I think we'll just flop down the Aketra and chill. Next turn we can puncture and blow the Stalwart and start getting in there. Ooh, Edifice of Authority. This card is bonkers. Well, let's blow up the Stalwart. Go to combat. Opponent's gonna make my Aketra not be able to attack. And we will exert our guy. Yeah, this Edifice is gonna lock down our Aketra. Manglehorns of May, unfortunately. If it was a must, that would have been very, very good. Okay. Let's put a Cartouche of Solidarity of our own on our Firebrand Archer. This will allow my Firebrand Archer to be able to attack through. That's my opponent. One, like, had the option there of just blocking with Sacred Cat and embalming it next turn. That would have been fine. Can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So annoying. Ooh, Cartouche of Strength. +1/+1, and it's gonna fight my Archer. That is a solid plan right there. So their Sacred Cat dies, but they do get to embalm it back. And I'll make myself another soldier. Desert of the True, perfect. I am just gonna play that and drop the Strangler. They can lock down my Alketra. But now I get to get in there. Trade off with a couple soldiers right here. So I have an excellent board against my opponent at 7 life. With an Edifice of Authority. Like, even if they, and because of Aketra, even if they did play, like, Plains Hour of the white one. I am still golden. Let's go to combat. Lock down my Ketra. Up to 3. And this should be the concession. There we go. Alright. 4-1. Should be 5-0, but Arena's interface is not needs a little work. Like I get the problem that they would need to solve with the all attack and exerting. To where like you hit all attack, you choose where the creatures are going, and then it would have to like pop up an exert option for all the creatures that you're attacking with. That is like a little bit cumbersome, but yeah, I still think the solution that they chose of just not allowing you to is a bit awkward. Yeah, I will keep that. Like, to try and get around that scenario, what I would do is not the tricky one, because like you could make all attack with everything except for your exerting creatures, and then like blank out the I want to attack like confirm the attack option until you've chosen whether you want to just normal attack or exert with all your non-exerting things, and you can always have a cancel button to get out of that state. I think that's probably a bit of a better option. Ooh, Trial of Strength, nice. Ah, stupid damage. Yeah, Trial of Strength is awesome. Or 2. Play a cartouche, get it back, play it again. So like my opponent could, what would be disastrous for me unless I draw an open fire would be to just like throw down a cartouche of knowledge and get in. I am gonna block here. This entangler can't get through the wall anyways, and I am fine trading my 2-drop for their virtual 3-drop. Ornery Kudu. Kudu! Alright, let's attack here. They might just block with the Pharaoh. No, they're good. Okay. Now I can play my Oketra's Monument into an Oketra's Avenger. Get a 1-1. Next turn I can play another Avenger, get another 1-1. And I have this Trial of Solidarity to really get in, because I'm building a big board now. And this Kudu cannot... It could attack, but I have the option of trading for my 2 creatures. I'm not going to take that trade. My guess is that they might just leave the Kudu back. Ooh, Curator of Mystery is nice. So, let's go to combat. Swing with the Minotaur. Another free 2 damage. Love the threat of activation. Dauntless Aven, Ketra's Avenger. We're just making a ton of creatures here. Play Plains and end the turn. I played the Plains because that gives me the option of being able to pump the Burning Fist Minotaur as well as play Trial of Solidarity next turn. I could keep it and then, play it next turn and use the Burning Fist Minotaur all the same, but I also want to, you know, give a little threat of activation with it. I don't know. Okay, they're just gonna quench it up. That's fine. Ooh, Cartouche of Zeal. Now that's a spicy one. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, my opponent's gonna take a ton of damage here this turn. Alright, let's play this Trial of Solidarity. Big Pumps, Cartouche of Zeal. We're gonna target one of our dudes. We're gonna make the Kudu unable to block. Turn Solidarity to hand. And yeah, attack with everything. Untap my Burning Fist Minotaur. Come on. And now, ball is in my opponent's court. They need to block with both their other creatures to live, and even then they'll be at 2. Yeah, that's a concession. Alright, another win here with this very strong beatdown deck. I was expecting some easy games, but I didn't expect it to be working out this well. Opponent even played a 4 toughness defender on turn 2. Like, they followed the plan of playing stuff early, and even then, still able to get through. Ooh. Now this is a funny one. Okay, so I don't have white. I'm on the play, and this is a fairly aggressive start. Yeah, that was a bad keep. I should mulligan, but I'm feeling myself at this moment. Well, I'm okay. Well, hands are up here. I'm not literally feeling myself this moment, just figuratively. Okay. Let's play the archer. And Blur Blades is a decent draw, because now if my opponent does have some kind of cheap 2-drop like the Archer or an Entangler, I can snipe that. But next turn, I'm dropping this Entangler, cartouching it up, and smashing for 5. Maybe 6. Okay, they've got an Entangler. And I've got Plains. Nice. So we're just gonna nip this one right in the bud here. And also kind of hit our opponent for 5. So next turn I might just... Oh, okay. That's good for me. Yeah, so this turn, you know, Entangler and Mummy. Attack for 2. Now my opponent's at 13. I've got 3 creatures on board to their 0. They had to Tormenting Voice. Okay, Lord of the Accursed. Let's Cartouche of Zeal up the Mummy. No blocks for you. Oketra's Monument. Bup, bup, bup. So if I draw a zombie to tap one of their creatures, that's excellent for me. Never mind, I'm just gonna open fire my guy. But I do get to attack and exert this Neff Crop Entangler. Yeah, just that. Because my opponent took it. Going to 1 when I have a Firebrand Archer in play, that's risky business on my opponent's part. Okay, they have a Puncturing Blow for that. That's okay. Opponent attacks, nice. So we've run out of steam, drawn a bunch of lands, but we just have to get 1 damage through, and the Zaketra's Monument is going to let us go wide with whatever we find. Life Link and remove my creature. Okay. That will get my opponent out of this. And Trial of Solidarity is not the answer to this problem. It's even out of range of open fire. Should I draw that? Yeah, my opponent has been able to get in there. Okay. Sunscourge Champion is nice. So we've got a game now, because my opponent can attack with their Lord of the Accursed. If they attack with both, then I'm 100% double blocking, as I do get to Eternalize the Sunscourge Champion. Unless they exile it somehow. That would be bad. Okay, they didn't want to activate their Zealot of the God Pharaoh, which means they must have something. Merciless Javelineer, that's a very powerful one. Okay. But let's make a 4/4, gain 4 life. Yeah, this Javelineer is going to be annoying for certain. Because I can't just block the Lord of the Accursed, they'll just gun this thing down. Or they'll exile it. That too. Okay. Cartouche. Yeah, let's put that there, make it a bit bigger, so that my opponent will need to dump their hand to be able to deal with that with the Javelineer, or they could just have a Puncturing Blow. That works too. Discard a card, nuke one of my creatures, attack me for 7, is what it's looking like my opponent can do here. I'll go to 1. And a Binding Mummy. Okay, well. Smack him for 1 and end the turn. Yeah. My opponent has the win here. Might as well let them do it. Yeah, that's frustrating. Again, my opponent won, stalling out on my draws. And them having the perfect card in Cartouche of Ambition. Absolutely excellent card. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but that's my first, like, real loss. I have 2. We'll see if I can pull out the next 2 wins, but 5 wins is a rebuy, and I've helped my rating as well, so even if I don't end up winning any more matches, I won't be too nettled. This is an excellent hand. Just need to draw 1 more land, and I can really go off. Even if I don't, Fanbearer into a couple 2-drops, and then just activating Fanbearer to tap down my opponent's stuff. Oh yeah. Is still good. Marximus. I think I've played against this person before. Oh, god damn it. Breakfast Minotaur is annoying because it's got first strike and an activated ability, so that means that attacking with it is always going to go through the first strike phase and then the other phase. But cycling Greater Sandworm and playing a tap land. This is going well for me. Needless to say. Now Sunscourge Champ. Firebrand Arch. Link for 3. Hope I draw a Trial of Solidarity. That would be excellent. Though Binding Mummy is also good. And Bash. Up, up, up. Yeah. Sounds about right. Good old flooding the board against a green deck that didn't make any plays on turn 3. We're a boulder rolling our opponents toward this hopefully 7-2. Ooh, and we are challenged. Though not really, this is an easy mulligan. Oof. This, on the other hand, I think I will keep. And Blur of Blades shall go. Yeah. It's also very possible that I should have thrown a Plains there. I think that actually would have been better. Because I need to draw, like I would need to draw red to make my deck work completely. And like, yeah, getting 3 mana would be nice, but Aerial Guide, right, that's an incredible card. Alright, let's play this Dauntless Aven and see if they want to trade it up. Or potentially they would do something like a Cartouche of Green to buff up their guy, fight my guy, and get in there. In which case I can Fanbearer Desert's Hold. Dauntless Haven Fanbearer is pretty sweet too. Tap a thing, attack with Dauntless Haven, untap Fanbearer, tap another thing. Essentially make it so that your opponent can't block with 2 creatures each turn. Solid interaction. Interesting. Yeah, I will still trade my 3 for their 3. And Deserts hold their Kudu. Now, it could have been correct to hold off on that to hit something bigger. Because my opponent is a green-blue deck, but I still think that's fine. Okay, Ominous Sphinx. That's fine, as I've drawn out of my mono-color predicament and can just tap it down. Ominous Sphinx is a very good card, though. Ronus' Monument. I'd be more annoyed with that if I didn't have multiple fan bearers. See if my opponent wants to trade. They do not. Let's improve my board a bit more. So basically, two of my manas locked it down, locking down this ominous Sphinx. That's fine. As yeah, I feel like I have the better board in this instance. And my opponent needs fight spells. Ooh. Ah, yes, Ronos' Monument to do that up. It's quite nice for my opponent. Now, 4 of my mana is locked up. Depending on what my opponent plays, I might just tap down their 2 things, next turn play Trial of Solidarity, bash in, and then only tap like 1 thing. Just so that I can get a bunch of damage in. And depending on how much they take, I might be able to just open fire them out. Because 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's a lot. Eternal Harsh Truth, don't think changes anything. I still think that's the plan next turn. Okay. Let's put our thinking cap on. So if we Trial of Solidarity, bash, tap down their Eternal of Harsh Truths, exert Kenra Scrapper, they're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. I probably won't die on the backswing, but I think I'm just gonna throw down the Trial and leave up Fanbearer tap on one of the creatures, because I can just return this Trial and play next turn with this Cartouche of Solidarity. So, swinging with both Fanbearers, swinging with the Kenra Scrapper. I think I will exert it, because it has Vigilance. And yeah, I'll attack with the Firebrand Archer as well. Because that would force my opponent to double block it if they want to kill it. That means I get to destroy their Eternal of Harsh Truths and get in for enough so I can just open fire them next turn. Ooh, do they? Yeah, thinking if they have a pump spell or something. Okay. Interesting plan for my opponent to not get rid of one of my creatures. Especially the one that can deal direct damage to them. So fingers crossed, but I think we got this. It's unlikely that my opponent will have enough stuff to... Yeah, I think they've just done the give up plan. I'm just not gonna even bother with combat step. Ooh. And another win for us. And that, as they say, is that. 7-2. Happy with that. Definitely add that to decks. Yeah. So that's Amonkhet for you. Uh, my memories were correct. Is that if you can draft an aggressive deck, you can really punish your opponents. Uh, Even with the Hour of Devastation cards, Hour of Devastation I do remember slowing things down a little bit. Mostly because there was less packs of the very powerful Exert cards from Amonkhet, but it looks like when you combine them both into one thing, that still get in there. Yeah, so let's claim that prize. And let's open these packs, why don't we? That's nice that you win Amonkhet Remastered packs. Pact of Negation, that's a sweet one. As I don't want to be opening M20 packs or M21 packs. I have enough of that. Perilous Vault. Another sweet card that they added in for Historic. Another Pact of Negation, jeez. Alright. Champion of Wits, shout out to Brad. I know you love his Godfrow's Gift. And rare wild card. Alright. So that is that. I'm back now, so with the drafting. So yeah, check out the channel in the future for more videos. Probably gonna try recording some Double Masters draft content. As that's a pretty sweet format. Might record some more Amonkhet as well. I should probably start recording some constructed content at some point. Historic has gotten such a huge wealth of new cards from Jumpstart and Amonkhet Remaster that it's a bit of a brewer's paradise right now. Like, I've brewed up some cycling decks that are pretty solid. Cycling Control, as I mentioned earlier in the video. And yeah, having a ton of fun playing those, so maybe I should record some of that for the enjoyment of others as well. But this is going to be the end of the recording, and see you around.